When you first look at this laptop, nothing really screams flagship or premium. And honestly, that's kind of the point. This is the ASUS Vivobook 14, a machine that sits in that very important space between affordability and actual daily usability. Not trying to be a gaming monster. Not trying to be a luxury ultrabook. Just something that works, fast, consistently, and without drama. Under the hood, you're getting Intel's Core 5 120U processor with 10 cores and boost speeds up to 5 GHz. And in real-world terms, that translates to something pretty interesting. This isn't just good enough for documents and browsing. This is a chip that can comfortably handle multitasking, dozens of browser tabs, office apps, light creative work, and even some photo editing without feeling like it's falling behind. Paired with that, you've got 16 GB of RAM. And in 2026, that's kind of the new baseline if you want your laptop to age well. It means fewer slowdowns, better multitasking, and more headroom when your workload inevitably grows. Then there's 512 GB of SSD storage. And this is where the experience really starts to feel smooth. Boot times are almost instant. Apps open in a blink. File transfers don't feel like a waiting game anymore. It's one of those things you don't think about until you go back to a slower drive, and then you immediately notice the difference. The display is a 14-inch Full HD IPS panel. And what that means in simple terms is sharp enough for everyday use, with decent viewing angles and color reproduction that won't distract you with inconsistency. It's not a professional color grading monitor, but for Netflix, YouTube, studying, and work, it does the job without calling attention to itself. Design-wise, it follows that classic Vivobook approach. Minimal, clean, and lightweight. This is a laptop you can throw in a backpack and forget it's even there. And for students or people constantly moving between classes, cafes, or meetings, that portability matters more than people realize. Connectivity is also modern here. You've got Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth support, which keeps things future-ready for faster networks and stable wireless accessories. Again, not flashy features, but the kind that quietly improve your day-to-day experience. Now, performance in real life is where this laptop actually earns its place. Because specs on paper are one thing. But opening multiple apps, switching between tasks, running Zoom calls, editing documents, streaming music in the background, that's where many laptops start to slow down. This one doesn't really struggle there. It stays responsive. It stays consistent. And most importantly, it doesn't make you think about performance at all. And that's usually the best compliment you can give a machine like this. Of course, it's not perfect. This is not a gaming laptop. This is not for heavy 3D rendering or intensive video production workflows. If that's your goal, you already know you need something more powerful. But for what it's designed to do, productivity, education, office work, everyday computing, it lands in a very comfortable sweet spot. Battery life is another one of those depends on usage situations, but for typical mixed use, you can expect a full day of classes or work with sensible brightness and multitasking habits. And that's really what matters here, reliability over extremes. So when you zoom out, the ASUS Vivobook 14 isn't trying to impress you with one standout feature. Instead, it's built around balance. Performance that feels modern. Storage that doesn't feel limiting. Memory that won't bottleneck you. And a design that stays out of your way. And in a market full of either ultra-expensive premium laptops or underpowered budget machines, that balance is exactly what makes this one interesting. Because sometimes the best laptop isn't the one that does everything. It's the one that does exactly what you need, every single day without making you think twice about it.